Hello everyone, today we will see some MCQs on trigonometry. What is the first MCQ? The first MCQ says that what is the value of tan theta cosec theta square minus sin theta sec theta square? Is it minus 1? Is it 0? Is it 1? Or is it 2? So let's come to the solution. Now what is given? Tan theta cosec theta whole square minus sin theta sec theta whole square. Now if we write tan theta in terms of sin theta and cos theta, then we have tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. If we write cosec theta in terms of sin theta, we get cosec theta is equal to 1 by sin theta. So sin theta cancels out. So we are left with 1 by cos theta. Okay, here sin theta remains sin theta and sec theta is 1 by cos theta. So this is sin theta by cos theta. Now sin theta by cos theta is actually tan theta. So we get tan theta here. Since we have a square, so we get tan square theta. And here, since we were left with 1 by cos theta, so we have 1 by cos theta was sec square theta. So sec square theta. Hence, we have sec square theta minus tan square theta, which is equal to 1. So the correct option is C. Now, coming to the second question. What is the second MCQ? It says that if x is 2 sin square theta and y is 2 cos square theta plus 1, then what is the value of x plus y? Is x plus y 3? Is x plus y 2? Is x plus y 1? Or is it half? Coming to the solution. We are given that x is equal to 2 sin square theta and y is equal to 2 cos square theta plus 1. So what is x plus y? Adding this 2. So we get 2 sin square theta plus 2 cos square theta plus 1. Taking 2 common from the first two terms, we have 2 into sin square theta plus cos square theta and a plus 1 here. Now we know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1 from trigonometric identities. So 2 into 1 plus 2, which is 2 plus 1, which is 3. So the right answer is A. Okay. Now the third question. What does the third question say? If 1 by sin square alpha, this is alpha, is equal to 3 sin alpha cos alpha, then the value of cot alpha are. Now this question means that if this identity is given to us, then what is the value of cot alpha? So we are to find the value of cot alpha from the given relation. So is cot alpha minus 1 1? Is 0 1? Is 1 2? Or is minus 1 minus 1? Let's find out. Solution. We are writing the given identity, which is 1 plus sin square alpha, this is alpha, is equal to 3 sin alpha cos alpha. Now writing this 1 as sin square alpha plus cos square alpha. Since we know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, here the angle theta is replaced by alpha. So sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to 1. Replacing that one with sin square alpha plus cos square alpha, we get this. And the rest remains exact. Now, here is a sin square alpha and here is a sin square alpha. So, we get a 2 sin square alpha. Okay? Plus cos square alpha and rest remains exact. Okay? Now, taking the 3 sin alpha cos alpha to the left hand side, we have 3 sin square alpha. Here the plus coming onto the left hand side becomes a minus. So minus 3 sin alpha cos alpha plus cos square alpha. So cos square alpha, which is equal to 0. Now writing 3 sin alpha cos alpha, actually minus 3 sin alpha cos alpha as minus 2 sin alpha cos alpha minus sin alpha cos alpha. Okay, now taking 2 sine alpha common from the first two terms here, we have 2 sine alpha. Since 2 sine alpha was taken common from here, so we are remained with a sine alpha. So a sine alpha, then a minus, 2 sine alpha is taken common from this term. So we are left with a cos alpha here. Okay, now minus, we are taking common cos square alpha from these two terms. So here is a cos square alpha. Now if cos square alpha is, a cos alpha. So if we take a cos alpha common from these two terms, so we get a cos alpha here. If we take a cos alpha common from the first term, we have a sine alpha. Since a minus cos alpha is taken common, so we are left with a sine alpha. So sine alpha. If minus cos alpha is taken common from here, then we are left with a minus cos alpha. So we get sine alpha minus cos alpha is equal to 0. Now if we take sine alpha minus cos alpha common from these two terms, we have sine alpha minus cos alpha, and we are left with 2 sine alpha minus cos alpha. So here, which is equal to 0. Then either 2 sine alpha minus cos alpha is equal to 0 from here, or sine alpha minus cos alpha is equal to 0 from here. Now if 2 sine alpha minus cos alpha is equal to 0, so we have 2 sine alpha is equal to cos alpha. So writing it otherwise, we get cos alpha is equal to 2 sine alpha. Now cos alpha dividing with a sine alpha, we get cos alpha by sine alpha. Here sine alpha cancels out, so we are left with 2. So cos alpha by sine alpha is equal to 2. Now cos alpha by sine alpha is actually cot alpha, so cot alpha is 2. Now what happens here? If sine alpha minus cos alpha is equal to 0, so we have cos alpha is equal to sine alpha. Now dividing both sides with a sine alpha, so we have cos alpha by sine alpha is equal to sine alpha by sine alpha, which gets cancelled out, and we are left with a 1. So cos alpha by sine alpha is actually cot alpha, so cot alpha is equal to 1. So what are the two values of cot alpha? 1 and 2, which is option 3. Okay, thank you.